Good morning, Mr. Lopez.
Good morning, Mr. Lopez.
Thank you so much, appreciate it. My name's again Charles Charlie Lopez. I'm a candidate for Republican candidate, the only Republican candidate running for State House of Representatives District 118. Okay, a little bit about me. I grew up in the church pews. Okay, I accepted Christ when I was about 12 years old. Baptized when I was about 13. I've been a youth leader for 12 years. I've been at Metro Life Church for 8 years. I serve as a worship leader. I'm the leader of the college group. I assist with the men's ministry, and I'm part of the prayer team. I'm also in charge of parking detail for special events. I attended Bible college at New York, in upstate New York at Eagle Bible Institute. Interned at New York School of Urban Ministry, where I had to preach on the streets, on the curbs, and the hard way. I'm married for 5 years. We grew up, my wife, Glenda Lopez. I'm very proud of her. My mother has been a housekeeper for over 20 years, but is a committed church leader. My father is a Korean veteran from the 101st Airborne. He taught me how to be an American, how to be proud to be an American. Taught me to serve my fellow man, and taught me to stand up for what's right. A little bit about me. As a professional, I'm a teacher at DICTRIC Charter High School. It's located at the Homestead Job Corps. I've been there for 3 years. I've always been able to serve my community in impacting young lives. Being a teacher at this particular school has allowed me to mentor troubled, what we call at-risk. I prefer to call them at-promise students, and just being able to graduate 108 students just last Friday who fell within the cracks of our Dade County public school system, and being able to hand out high school diplomas to these 108 students is a privilege, and I've been able to do that for the past 3 years. So I thank you for that. It's an honor. I've also worked with Catholic Charities of Miami. I was there for 5 years as a contract manager, compliance manager, audit and compliance, basically best practices in social services, being able to train our social service workers in best practices for either accreditation purposes, for funding contracts. I was under we had over $100 million in many different contracts at one point, and I was able to oversee all of them and make sure we were doing our part in using state funds, local funds, federal funds correctly and distributing them. I also worked with South Florida Urban Ministries. As such, I basically I'm a big advocate of the church, being able to address some of our social services that are needed in this community. Definitely, if and when I'm elected, which I believe I will be, definitely promote funding for church and faith-based organizations. My degree is from Florida International University in public administration. I'm also an active emergency management certified professional for the American Red Cross. So right now I'm basically on call. If there was a hurricane or natural disaster or a big disaster, I'm actually the South Aid contact. So if I run out, you know what happened. Okay. I also funded a nonprofit organization called Charlie and Friends. Basically, I realized that in my circle of friends, there's a lot of people with influence. And I realized I could actually do some good with this. So Charlie and Friends was established. And Charlie and Friends is basically a means and a way to help out organizations that need volunteers. And we do that in a fun and innovative way that attracts young professionals. And so that's something that we've been giving back, especially with the Haiti Relief Drive, with a toy drive for Christmas at the Homeless Assistance Center in South Dade. So those are different attributes in my community that I serve in. A couple things, key words. I'm a servant. I serve in my church. I'm a leader in my church. So when I knew that God was calling me on this journey, and then as I did my research, I realized that the incumbent and I have some serious opposing views. My only opponent his whole family has been in office for 18 years, supports abortion, supports teaching open sexuality in our schools, voted yes on expanding gambling. I oppose those views. I'm definitely 100 pro-life, support yes to marriage. I was on the streets with my friend Bonnie Lucas a couple years ago defending that. And his education, 32% of my district does not have a high school diploma. This family has been there 18 years. Elect Charles Lopez, State House of Representatives, District 118. My website, voteCharlesLopez.com. Thank you so much.